you impress me more?
What do you have today?
I've been saving the... Can't have too many. Perfection. And I mean that. I imported this with you in mind. You know, you are my second best customer. You should get that. Honestly. There is always more where that came from. Is that until...
Temple Gate of London. Might find an official worth his salt here.
I beg patience, all. We'll have this rat cleaned up in no time. Keep it steady, huh? The Olaf. Hey, bear up, Master Ame. You'll be on your way shortly, huh?
Something of a shepherd, aren't you?
It can feel that way, aye. Can I help you with something?
Who governs this burgh? I would like to speak with him, if I can.
Ah, the Governor Trigger. Good and fair Dane come to London 4 year back.
Trigger!
Aye, most hours of the day you can find him at the old villa, dealing with all manner of knavery. Stow!
Avgos wants his cut of the summer harvest. Shit, Carl. Huh? What's the holdup?
We're talking.
Gentlemen, the farmers of Mercia have paid their burden already. If Avgos wants more, he can petition for it.
Petition for it? Well, you can tell that old mud merchant. That if he wants his apple, he can bob for it.
Belongs to Master Ame, sir.
Bob for it!
That is filthy.
Bob for it!
Is this kind of noise coming to London?
Now, we've a quiet day once in a great while. And try not to kill anyone, eh?
I'll wear your face as a skull capstone!
God in heaven, you fight like the devil's stolen your bread.
You give some hard knocks yourself?
Road, be a good lad and prick the names of those that pay their food tax, will you? Right then. You've some dealings with Governor Trigger, was that it?
I will have dealings with any who can deliver fair friendship with my Raven clan. If that is you, then all the better.
Ah, no. Trigger's your fellow. I'm the Shire Reeve of London's westerly half. I keep things ordered and fair.
Shire Reeve is not a name that rides easy on the tongue.
Reeve's my title, sorry. Stow's my name. Stow of London.
Take me to your governor, Stowe. He sounds like a man worth knowing.
Right then. Station filled, flock shepherded, and off to Trigger we go. And what can I call you? Humbler of thugs? Dane Hammer?
I am Eivor of the Raven clan. We have a settlement to the north, just off the River Neen.
Well, I owe you a great debt, Eivor. You're a worthy ally.
So, this is London, a city built by giants.
So they say. She's an old place, surly as they come. But there's a mystery here I quite adore. I was raised here, in fact. Learned the scriptures of Christ's apostles in Lundenreach. I was Saxon Borough, just past the western walls.
You're not a priest, are you?
No. No, I was raised by them. And for a penniless bastard, I turned out pretty well.
A penniless bastard, and now London's fearless Reeve.
Well, it's Trigger who saw something in me. He judges not the circumstance of my birth. His two hands, left and right, are me and a Dane-born soldier, Erke. Erke's an orphan of the last Viking horde put down in London for a season. 2 or 3 years back now, it must have been. It's through Trigger I met Erke, and now we Reeves walk the city like parents looking after our children. A native son, and an imported Dane. See, London's a city built of many pieces. Wait. Something's wrong.
Iron on the air. This blood is fresh.
These were good men. What's happened here? God, no. No, no, no!
It took 3 arrows to kill him. The next 12 were an insult.
O Lord, deliver these men with the light of thy countenance visiteth and shines upon them.
You've no need for outsiders, though. It's a private matter.
There's no cause to be leery. Eivor had my back in a brawl at Cripplegate. More thugs from the garrison.
You must be a real broker to hold your own against those shithugs. It's time to fetter those men, Stowe. It can't go on like this.
It's a serious attack. Were they after you as well?
Now that's a fine question, isn't it?
You must be Erke, London's second reeve.
Erke Botelson, yes I am. Are you telling me this gut-bucket called me second reeve?
First in the Eastborough, and a man I trust with my life.
Stowe's never been a good judge of character.
Erke, this is Eivor. He came to meet with Trigger, to seal the bonds of friendship with his clan.
He would have welcomed you heartily. He was a trusting man, and I got him here.
Have you found anything?
I just arrived. The killers left a ladder on the body there.
I'll have a look around.
Trigger had men with him at all times. How could the killers get through?
They must have been known to him. Well enough to get close without...
This letter. Someone wanted us to see it. From Rome went an order of heretics who worshipped the relics of a time before Christ.
Erke, this was the letter he told us about. Said it contained fearful news about London.
It warns of 3 such heathens who have infiltrated London. His killers, I expect.
They must have been known to him. Well enough to get close without suspicion.
Good and holy Christ, we lost anyone. He governed this bird.
A barber surgeon's tools. Sharp and precise for easy butchery. Must have been what was used to free Trigger's head from his neck.
Ah, yes. Old man had a wandering hand. And I...
Didn't know. I didn't think.
He didn't want you to. It was his secret to keep.
3 sets of footprints leave. 2 average and 1 massive.
Besides enough blood to repaint the city's faded bricks. No.
I can't head or foot of all this. I just can't.
Look at us, sitting on our laurels while Eivor does all the work.
I do not envy this man's death. Hang on. There's something in his hand. This was not Trigger's seal?
No, it looks Roman in origin. Must have been on a ladder he opened.
It must have been significant to this god for him to grasp it even in death.
Mayhaps it's what got him killed.
I think I have a clear idea of what happened here. Trigger was shot where he sat. Probably as he read the letter. One of his guards grabbed the seal and tried to escape. He didn't make it. A second killer found him first. He met his end at the noose, lifted by the bigger man. A third attack took his eyes, then came for Trigger's head. Symbolic, maybe. Headless leader, eyeless guards. The killers were without fear. This kill was a message. Their footprints leave together. 3 sets, heading back to the courtyard. The letter mentions 3 heretics, named only by monikers. The Leech, the Arrow, the Compass. Signed by someone calling himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ.
Poor fellow soldier. Odd name.
3 names, 3 killers, as you said.
Baldersack. It could be anyone in London. Who can we trust?
Only the people in this room, I fear.
Even that would be unwise, until we know more.
The Arrow is described as a pugnacious Dane invader. That describes too many in London.
The Leech hails from Wessex. London is home to many of them as well.
And the Compass, a Frankish captain.
Less common, but no face comes to mind.
What is this symbol here?
I recognize that from the Mithraic temple. I passed it on the way here.
This temple is in plain sight? How far from where we stand?
It's the skeletal remains of a place of worship.
Our city is overrun with cowards.
I've told you, this city answers to blood.
I can't leave him like...
We'll get the church to see to it, Stone.
No. No, it should be me. I must ready him for judgment.
I understand. Only get some air from time to time. It reeks in here. Shall we, Broga?
Well, now the locals have caught a whiff of this fatted mess.
The temple is yours to explore, Eivor. It's to the east of here.
Should the Reeves change their minds, I will have to gut them and put a puppet atop London's throne. But Stowe seems a good man. Should the Reeves change their minds, I will have to gut them and put a puppet atop London's throne. But Stowe seems a good man. I will trust his word.
Thor! Thor!
Tools for a surgeon, finely crafted. Like we found in the villa. And there's a letter here, arranging payment to a blacksmith. compass holds sway over the others. He has ordered the Arrow to recruit archers in a market to the west. Worth a visit. Jammed to get on the other side. Messages between the Leech and the Compass. Healing, gutting. The Leech is a strange one. The Compass calls to strikes. I have got enough to go on for now. Erke and Snow must see all this. I see more bloodshed in London's future. At least Sunan will feast. Best not to draw attention here.
Meet your fate.
It's worth knocking on a few doors, that's all I'm saying.
Trigger wasn't killed because you want to plant a few trees and fix a few roofs in London.
Looks less like a meal for crows in here.
Hey, what? You bring good findings, I hope?
A few sheets of vellum. Notes between members of a secret society. The Order of the Ancients, they are called.
Order of the Ancients? Doesn't sound any bells in this head. What's the purpose?
That would take some time to explain. But know this, that I am here to kill them. In London, it seems the Compass is the head. The Arrow and the Leech are his hands.
Pet names and secret orders. What a crock. Do we know anything we can act on?
The Arrow is a Dane who has seen his share of battle.
I bet my knuckles he's the one sowing discord among the Danes that shelter in London.
If it were me, I'd hide among my ranks, surrounded by other
The Arrow has orders from the Compass to recruit soldiers at a market in the west.
I know the very place.
The Compass is a mystery. He is mentioned often, but there's little to go on.
Said he was a Frankish captain, did you? To find him, we'd have to mark the ships that came and went along the Thames.
Captains are a transient sort. Then maybe he's far away, keeping quiet.
That may be, but would he scream if we cut off his hands?
Oh, you've a filthy mind for strategy.
We killed the arrow and the leech, then sit back and wait. Let the compass come to us. The leech has need of flesh. Been looking for thralls, though I cannot say why.
We found a number of dead down by the quays lately, but not thralls alone. Some of the missing we find again, in several places, cut to pieces.
Good lord, Erke.
Let us not... We'll find the arrow and the leech. So, I will catch you at the west...
Count on it.
And it could be the leech.
God be with us, friend.
Is as fragile as the rest of my collection and costs more than the whole. By one crack, that statue is as fragile as the rest of my collection and costs more than the hovel you call a home.
Just a clay man with his cock out.
I have a friend who needs that little Roman man you have. Octavian.
I've a guess who your friend is. And no, Osbert.
Osbert?
Oh, that is delicious. Yes, Osbert. A name fit for a poor failure. It'll cost a cow's weight in silver to get it in his hands.
I'm not leaving London without that sculpture.
Then you'll just have to return with more coin. Dane.
I need to keep Maximilian distracted and out of the way if I am to steal that statue.
If I find one crack, that statue is as fragile as the rest of my collection and costs more than the hovel you call a home.
Just a clay man with his cock out, you nutter.
I have an odd job and can pay you coin. I can pay you...
You sound like my father. What do...
I just need you to keep him at...
If you pay up front, then, deal. I'll make this noise. Caw! Caw! If he's coming your way.
This noise.
Greetings, Lord. I heard you buy things the giants left behind.
Romans, yes. But go on.
Yeah. Well, my father, he found a great deal of these things by our house. Coins and heads and stuff.
He's found actual busts. What level of damage? Have you found any emperors? Which ones?
There's one with a chin like a brick. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's one with a chin like a brick. There's There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's a lady with a wreath around her head. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's a lady. There's one with a chin like a prick. There's one with curly hair and a big nose. There's a lady with a wreath around her head.
Eivor, welcome to the West Market.
A lawman like you could set folks on edge in a square like this. Why not wear a cloak?
Hide my face? Not a chance. It does the people good to see a lawman on the hunt. And once we've found the arrow, this order needs to know we'll be after the leech and the compass as well.
Any noise yet about the arrow and recruits?
I've heard whispers. Somewhere here, a man gives you a coin, and this coin grants you entry to a contest run by the arrow's men.
Which man? I see too many here.
He's good at blending in. I haven't spotted him yet today.
I will sniff around. You stay back.
Eivor, what was your impression of Erke?
You suspect him?
I don't know. Whoever killed Triga was a close... I know Erke so well...
Do not. Wait for proof before you condemn...
forgive me. My latest... I've been a reeve for so long. Fighting for God's justice. I shed my earthly attachments for his great plans.
But you could not shed Erke.
No.
It is not good to attach yourself to any one person. Be your own man.
I should. I know.
I should find one of these coins soon. Will you be around?
I'll return to St. Paul's just down the road. Godspeed, Eivor.
Mandat hit nedlåten. Allt är allt, winnes hand då.
You got the coin? Show me. Is that the coin for the archery contest? What?
For the kill! Follow my lead!
This coin is engraved with an image of the London Colosseum.
seen them round my mum's house. Thinking they can stink up the place.
What's your business? Shooting or watching?
You're looking for skilled archers.
This contest is private.
Your men are handing out these coins like they were...
It's enough to keep us talking. But I'll want to see how well you handle that. Want a trial round to test your eye?
I've had enough.
A real... It's a simple contest here. Hit all targets true before the sand runs down. Here's the new competitor, a Norse from the northern wilds of Mercia. And our current reigning champion, Sayed. All right, take your mark. Hook set! Arrows not! Fire! A perfect strike!
A cheat! A cheat!
It was a fair shot. Carry on. Eivor leads to victory! That's deadly aim you have. Best I've seen for some time. Well shot! You have earned your place at the Arrow's side today. He'll be eager to meet you. Hold yourself to the Imperial Arch and speak with our man, Hussa. Recite the phrase. May the Father of Understanding guide us. And he'll know it's you.
Hey, give it to her with that! Oh,
You, Husa.
Yeah? And who's asking?
May the Father of Understanding guide us.
And may the Mother of Wisdom give us strength. You're to stand just there, look your best when the arrow comes forth, and keep still.
Friends, brethren, good people of London, we have had a hard week. Cowardly invaders stole into our governor's home and robbed him of his life. Trigger, my friend, my leader, slaughtered like a dog by outsiders. Arrows knocked! It's a hard thing to raise the rats of a city into warriors. Hook, set!
You raised no one. You only trapped them in their
Draw strings! First wave! No. I gave these men order. I gave them purp anchor strings! Second wave fire! I was arrow for their rage. Without a foe...
He speaks true. A man. Justify all you want. You're just a king.
Mighty High Horse, you'd do the same if you were... Aim and fire!
You're unharmed. Praise be to God.
It will take more than a few lads with newly polished bows to fell me.
The arrow was a boy.
A man with a boy's brain, called
Avkas?
I could return with his head on a spear, if you would like to see.
He saw London as a kiln of rage. To harden the softness, perhaps I ignored in him what I hoped not to see.
From one man, such hatred is easy to spot, but from many, it is a far
power. Men will claw for it.
Very true. And it is cold comfort, but glory has the taste of your family's blood. With Avgo's gone, I will turn my attention to the Leech.
Erke should be down at the quays. He'll be waiting.
If the Compass should emerge, we will let you...
Then I'll be at St. Paul's Church, waiting for the good word.
Kuka auflath od. Farlich me wesen ich und ette. Da mist when wat to on it Leech findet man Rade.
Ich ondete that he's...
Hier man wurde, slayat hunden.
Now you pay for your sins! let us lose.
All of these men of God, festooned in gold and silver.
It is enough to make one blind.
We are blind of now. Lanius was our only king. He saw straight and fought alongside Arturius. We have been blind ever since.
Work with me! No paradise where you are!
and a big nose.
I should not be seen in this area. Is this the leech's work?
Yeah. New corpses every day.
If you are the only target for your people's fear, then they will turn on you.
They're scared. If I am to be redeemed, I owe them the leech.
How many bodies is that now?
A score have been uncovered. Definitely the leech's work.
How can you be sure?
Their eyes are scooped out. Black, empty caverns. Same as Trigger's gods.
Must be hundreds of people passing by here each day. Anyone see them dumped?
It's the riverbank, Vinner. Every crooked dealing in this city goes through here.
Stowe has seen the same. It is not only the ducks.
How is that Sparrowheart? I worry for him.
Soft, but unsullied. He helped me find Avgos, and that is enough.
Avgos. I had a hunch or two about that arse blister. Should have acted.
Any hunches about the leech you want to share?
Erke! Tell me it wasn't her!
It wasn't your daughter, dear Kida.
Oh, thank Freya. I have such a fear I will find her down here. She works errands for a smith who sends her to these docks. Most times at night. I cannot stand it.
What is your daughter's name, Gida?
She's Regna, named for my grandmother. Born with the same eyes. One green, one blue.
A beautiful name.
I haven't seen her in 2 days, and feared the worst. In London, you must always fear the worst.
What sort of job did she have?
Ran errands and the like. She would make a delivery, trade it for hack silver, and scurry back to her smithy.
Do you know the name of the man?
Name, but I wish I did. I would box his ears and harvest his nuts.
Anything else you remember?
I had a neighbor once tell me she saw Regna, lingering for a time under the London Bridge. Worried me sick hearing that.
That is a good place to start. Thank you, Gida.
A shady smith, a missing child. It's a lead with some weight.
London Bridge after sundown. It's worth a look.
Good. I'll hang about here and keep things calm. And Eivor, don't drop your guard around these ducks.
Do I look like one who could?
What's that song? I know.
Stretch your wings. Best wait until nightfall. Sunan, guide me.
just stray unfair.
Bless ya,